Weird. We are the Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha. We are your hosts, Rexy
and Denise, and we are recording with special support from Councilmember Mark Collier,
broadcasting from a galaxy far, far away.
Pew pew.
Okay, you are recording.
And remember, the camera's up there.
Yeah.
And to project your voice at the microphone. Hi.
What is up? We are back for game session number 2 with wonderful Jess. Jessica.
Jessica, what do you like?
Our galaxy. And then we have Eric. We are
Husky the Java. We
back.
have Denise returning again as Kyla. Kyla, what's your last name?
I don't remember.
Kyla.
Kyla Haran. I might be mispronouncing it.
We'll see how we feel.
It's how it works. I'm sure we'll find an annoying NPC later. We'll just be like, it's Haran.
And everyone will be like, what are we supposed to say now?
No. And then we have Rexy here as Foxy. Is it Fox or Foxy?
If you want.
Foxy.
Foxy if you want.
Foxy, nice. So just quick little recap. Last week we ran into some shenanigans. We captured some.
You did get your medical supplies.
Yep, we did
found
get our
it
medical.
hidden. It was inside a hidden wall, which was kind of weird, but like, okay.
It was cool. And we got a cart
A
of
cart.
deranged, weaponized animals that we have befriended.
Yes.
At least they don't seem like they want to eat.
Yes.
now.
Friends or not, I don't know, but they don't want to eat us immediately.
We found a classified data pad. We found an Imperial code cylinder and a lot of papers.
Right. Journals, random science stuff that I stole from the office.
And money.
And
Credits.
Yeah.
credits.
We need all of them.
And where we last left off, our intrepid heroes were
Not doing so.
not doing so well.
Well, was trying to distract the stormtroopers, and it just was not working. And they didn't believe a word she said.
Well, Jesse and I were trying to sneak by to get to
I
the
don't feel like it reminds of anyone of like anything for bad feelings, but I think it was Pesky's bad ID that sort of flagged.
Yeah.
He's not an artist. He's a
Stuck in Jawa.
So that's where we will pick up now.
Except we'll be rolling Destiny. So
All right.
everybody roll Destiny. Tell me what color pips you get. Too dark.
You're gonna need that when you start throwing all this children.
That's very on
Yeah,
par
oh,
with
one
my
card. Uh-oh.
Too dark.
Is that how it works? How does this work? I'm supposed to be like,
So remember, light side Destiny points are what players can use, and then the dark side ones are what
that's right.
the GM
That's
uses.
right.
So,
Okay.
right now, the force is not very balanced.
It's a little bit swung to the dark
you
side.
know, it's very on par for us. So it's fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
Let's just do this. Get this party started.
Go!
All right, so we're gonna just open in combat because to remind everyone specifically where we left off, Kyla, you were engaged with some stormtroopers. You're sort of holding on to them and telling them your story. Y'all are wild. Y'all were sneaking past. You were doing pretty well, but then some stormtroopers stepped out from the other hallway. So in terms of like distance from Kyla, we'd say that y'all are about medium range, and then the stormtroopers that have just appeared are about short from the two of you.
Okay.
But Kyla, you are engaged with a set of 3 stormtroopers. So we're gonna roll for combat. You two were sneaking along, so I'm gonna say it's vigilance that you were really relying on your ally to help you get through. Didn't totally work out. You need to roll with cool.
It happens.
So you'll have to check on your sheets. Let's see. So Fox, you would be vigilance, and just scrolling down here. Looks like yours is 1 yellow and 2 greens.
Oh, you said with cool?
You'll roll with cool because you know this is coming. Pesky, you'll roll with vigilance as well.
My device is not connecting. I don't know what's wrong.
Let me go take a peek then.
Mine is 1 yellow and 4 greens.
Okay, so that's what you'll roll.
Mine is 1 yellow and 2 greens.
And Pesky, your vigilance. Your vigilance is 2 greens.
That's a good thing, right?
No,
No, it's not a good thing. Oh.
I figured this out. Why is it bad?
Yeah, well, the more dice you have, the more opportunity you have for triumphs and successes.
Oh, okay. So it's only having 2.
From here.
As
I only have 3.
2, I
So go ahead and make your roll. The odds of y'all all going before the stormtroopers are incredibly high. Ooh, super good. We have a triumph on an initiative roll, which means that you'll have an opportunity to take a maneuver ahead of combat starting.
Okay.
Let's see, we got pretty good. 1, 2, and
See,
a lot of advantage.
do these cancel each other out?
No. These are all positive dice.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna quickly roll for the stormtroopers. Okay, so these folks will end up going last. Pesky, you and I tied. So why don't we do a quick roll off, you and I?
Roll one more
Oh,
time.
for one.
Yeah. Well, re-roll your cool, and let's just see who gets higher. You should pass. You should surpass me. I only got 1 going. Yeah. Okay. So we have 2 successes here. We just got to know that we got players going first. All right. You had 1 success and a lot advantage, but Pesky had 2. Beats the NPC, so I think they're actually all the NPCs are going last, which is pretty helpful.
Cool.
All right.
Let's see if I can. I'm gonna roll a dice.
That's a pound shot. First thing.
They can't go.
But then it might bring attention to more.
I mean, if a fire suddenly breaks out on a space station, I think a lot of alarms.
All right.
Alarms can be our friends.
It could be.
Oh,
it
that's
could be a
true.
distraction.
That's true.
This level already has an alarm.
Yeah,
zone.
they remember.
Individuals are already clearing out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. We had a cool thing happened, and we wanted some of the section to get cleared out so that we can.
Yep. So, just to remind you all, you're like at the start of the hall where the adventure pretty much started. Medium range from Kyla, and I guess we could cheat since y'all are new, and I don't know how your learning styles are.
I am very much a visual learner. So
Rexy, do you have internet?
am I
No, you don't.
starting off this whole thing? Am I first in initiative?
Anyone can take initiative slots here. This is not like, oh man, I rolled bad and I have to go last the whole time. As players, if you decide, oh man, it's super important this person goes first, then they go first. Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no like punishment for like, oh
Okay.
man, I need abilities that have to go first, but my initiative rolls suck.
Okay.
They don't do anything like this.
I'm not
Like
like much a fighty person.
Mm-mm.
All right. So
But you do have weapons.
we
You
call
can
this
stab somebody in the neck.
this
I don't have a
medium.
knife.
Sure.
Hey, there we go. Just
I might need to get a knife.
I really thought you
You have a gun.
I have a gun
Oh,
and I have
shoot with it.
a dart.
Oh,
So I see.
Laughter.
Now you have triumph, so you get to open the entire combat with a maneuver, not a full action. Maneuvers can be anything. It could be movement. It could be getting a weapon out. Like you could take your I assume you're wearing your flamethrower on your back.
Yeah. I'm not carrying it.
If I recall, it's a
Yeah.
pretty large weapon, so that could be your maneuver to take that thing off your back as soon as you realize this. Oh man, these stormtroopers are like getting in my way and trying to block me. It could be moving up on them.
Okay, so I see
There's
here.
a lot of options for
I-
maneuver.
Would it maybe be a good idea to have us come back towards you so that we can help you, and you're not just 1 on 3.
Well, you have 3 coming on to you two as well.
Right, and I think those are closer to us than.
I am like up in their faces. They're approaching you.
Yeah, she's actually engaged with her group. You're short range. So you're not like you couldn't run up and punch him right now.
Okay.
You could spend your maneuver to go into engaged range if you wanted to punch him.
I'm
It's
worried
really up
that
to you.
like Denise isn't like she said she's not really a fighty character,
We'll
and she's
figure
on her
something-
own
we'll
with
figure
3
something out.
stormtroopers.
Just stormtroopers. We'll see. They tend to miss, but like.
That's true. They do miss a lot.
But what would you like to do?
I would like to move up closer to the stormtroopers advancing.
Okay. So you want to move into engaged range?
Yes.
Okay. Just know that means if you use your flamethrower on them and activate blast, you could actually catch yourself.
Oh,
yeah.
So maybe not.
I'm pretty sure your flamethrower is like I'll go look at
I
it.
say
I thought I had to be close to burn. Okay.
It's a short range weapon.
Okay. I want to get out my flamethrower.
Okay.
You are in short range right now.
I want to get out my flamethrower.
I'm here to help you not get burned.
Thank you. I don't want to burn myself because I am ignorant.
But also, it might be horrible if it exploded. I can't imagine that happening unless someone rolled a despair, but we'll not summon that tonight. Like last time. I don't think actually we had a despair last time. I don't think so.
No,
I don't remember
I
having
Y'all
one.
haven't had the misfortune.
Oh no.
Not yet.
But I
That's
digress.
young.
So you take out your flame projector.
I should have
Granted,
brought them back.
they have helmets on, but the way the heads move, you can tell they're maybe slightly concerned about you producing a large, dangerous weapon.
Makes me happy.
The stormtrooper unhappy face feels very strong at this moment. That being said, that's your maneuver ahead of combat, so we consider this the start of the round. Who wants to go first? Because honestly, anyone can take it. Anyone who's a player.
I think you should go first because what happens then might dictate what we do.
Okay, so at the end of that, they halfway believed. They didn't truly believe.
They didn't believe in your identification.
Sorry.
Now, if it helps, you do have a lot of social talents that you can use in combat. Your inspiring rhetoric, for example, is pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, that might. In terms of talents, in terms of combat talents, your inspiring rhetoric is the strongest.
okay.
one.
So I pick up that they don't believe it. So hey, is this like a cushy job? Is this something I could get into? Like I see you guys all over the galaxy. Is this something like anybody could do? Is there a recruiting process? Can I don't know. I want to be cool like you guys. You're making such an impact on the galaxy.
Give me a deception check.
Meanwhile, flamethrower. I mean, I think we're past. Hey guys, you're pretty cool.
Well,
They're
you know what?
behind me. They can't see my flamethrower.
Okay.
We're
Their
gonna
focus is on me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say that the difficulty of this is just easy, which would be 1 purple, but I have more destiny points than y'all right now. So I'm gonna flip one of them and I'm gonna turn that purple into a red. Flip a point.
You said deception check.
Yes.
So I pulled it. So I need a purple and a red.
Just a red.
Okay, no purple.
Yeah.
But I get remove 1 rank per plausible deniability from all corrosion deception checks.
Let's see. And that is for setback die.
Oh, it is setback die.
Yeah.
I can't see what these little thingies are.
They're just black squares.
I got my cheat.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I like the game table because that sidebar is easier to read than the character.
I forgot all about that. The waffle.
The waffle. It's so much easier to read.
How could you?
All right, let's throw it over here. So you do have 2 threat. I'm going to say that this is going to actually be like strain to yourself. So take 2 strain on your character. You're feeling that anxious, right? That sort of nervous emotion, that like anxious energy as you're trying to talk to them because you kind of realize, oh, I don't think they're buying it. And you see your allies are sort of starting to get in trouble too. That being said, you have 3 success, so I'm going to apply strain to this group. They are a minion group, so they actually take these as wounds.
So I put it on my strain, not my wounds, right?
Yours was strain. You have a strain threshold because you're more superpowered than a stormtrooper minion. No offense to those of you who dress as stormtroopers, but this particular stormtrooper group is unimportant.
Poor stormtrooper.
I'm sorry.
They're about to get invited to a barbecue. It's okay.
I can't log. It logged me out. Now I can't get back in.
Oh
Are you with your Google or
no! Did you go through
I use the app.
So that was an action. When you make a check, that's an action.
Okay.
You could still have maneuvers. You could step away from them if you wanted to move away.
I would like to take a step back so I'm not like so much in their face. Well, asking to, because I want like stepping back, be less confrontational and try to make that as more of a, hey, yeah, like, is this something I can do? Yeah, and not like so in your face. Like,
all right. So
like
Something you can do?
arm length like distance, because that's a little bit more casual conversation
Yeah.
than
So just for your learning purposes, I know my case sideways, but I'm now sideways. So you have moved to where you are within short distance of your allies. You were medium before. So we kind of track like what our relationship is in terms of space with everybody.
Perfect.
So when you're engaged with the stormtroopers and you're meeting from them, you take a step back, it puts you short from the stormtroopers, and then short of your allies. Yeah.
shifting. Got it.
Okay.
So that's all that means.
All right. So I went.
Okay, so I'm standing over here next to Flamethrower Lady,
Yeah.
and
you have
Pesky.
seen
I have seen the flamethrower come out. Pesky knows it's go time. So Pesky has a blaster under his cloak, and Pesky also has a knife, but I think that's backup.
Okay.
So unless I can use both at once.
Technically, you can do 2-weapon fighting. Just know that if you make yourself engaged and try to fire a ranged weapon, it does have like things it will apply, and you'll end up with a setback die if you try to shoot.
That's why I didn't move up there, so I set myself on fire.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a really fair point. So if you move forward to stab him,
Oh, that's true.
You're not
Knife is bad idea. Okay, a knife will just hang out.
not necessarily bad. It could be really exciting and amazing. But I want to help you guys.
Yeah, unless you want to be set on fire.
Pesky has lots of hair and a big dry cloak.
Yep.
Toasty Jawa.
Probably smell bad.
Probably would smell really
Jawa
bad.
really smells bad. Jawa takes baths, but Jawa just smells bad.
Oh no.
All right.
So,
So you're what? You're
so I pulled out my gun
Okay. Are you
and
gonna fire at a guy?
dang, are we at shooting time? Because
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess since I'm kind of low, maybe I'm a little bit out of the range of the stormtrooper helmets because visibility is terrible.
Maybe.
And Pesky's kind of down low, so maybe Pesky kind of stays low, pulls out a blaster, and starts blasting.
Okay. So
Pesky smart Jawa.
So anyway, I just started.
Anyway.
You did roll a vigilance check when you rolled for initiative, so you're aware that Kyla is like struggling back there, and you know based on their posture that they're not like in as friendly as stormtroopers can be. It's not that version of them.
Well, they already know we're a threat because the flamethrower is out. I mean, it's time to do something.
All right, Pesky, it looks like you have 2 greens, and it'll be a purple because you are at short range, so it's an easy shot. They do not have any sort of defense, so we're not going to worry about setback die or anything. So make your roll, and let's see how it turns out.
Come on, Pesky, don't miss. Oh.
Actually, no, that's actually you hit.
Yeah.
So the threat and the advantage cancel out, but you have 1 success left over.
Okay.
It looks like the damage on your weapon is 7, if I'm not mistaken. So let me go look at their soap. All right.
Pistol.
Is it
It
7?
says 6.
Oh, 6.
That's right.
Oh, okay. So 6, but you have a success. So we
so
found out.
it's 7. Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So this stormtrooper group, I'm gonna tell you all above table, they have a Soka 5. Since we're learning, I really don't feel bad about telling you about the minions.
Okay.
That's helpful, I feel like. So they have a Soka 5, which blocks 5 of your damage. So they take 2 wounds. Which again, I know it doesn't sound like a lot. But they only have
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got.
When they when these dice show up blank, does that just mean nothing happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
no success, no advantage on them.
Okay.
You have to have at least 1 success to succeed on the check.
So I just had this. We should have had this discussion beforehand of
But
like
you're gonna have
we should have code words for things. So like saying if you're going to attack somebody with your flamethrower, you throw out some like go drop, then we drop and you're
That's
like
a good idea. That's a good idea.
I feel like you should be like, it's Narshita all over again.
Right.
And then we're all like, we should probably murder them.
something so we know because you have this flamethrower, we need to have some sort of like
I mean,
code word.
Out of the way.
To,
That's a
like-
good idea.
I think anybody wielding a flamethrower, especially being a flammable Jawa, would know to stay away from anywhere
Don't
from the
see.
muzzle.
What if you don't
That's-
see? You're just
that's
relying
It's
on
one
hearing.
thing to have it
Gumdrop. Gumdrop's a good one.
it's
Gumdrop.
one thing to have it out, it's another thing to actually use it.
Right, because I
Yeah.
want to be about to just bash somebody over the head with it.
Or they
That's
just could be using it for
It's
intimidation
heavy.
and then not actually use it.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I'm about to actually load it up,
You could be a very dramatic anime character and be like, ultimate flame of justice!
Can we? What if my code word is Trogdor?
I give it the name of the flamethrower. Trogdor strikes again!
I want to name it Trogdor, but I want Trogdor to be a code word. I burning.
Say Trogdor Blast.
Trogdor black!
Fantastic.
Ultimate
All right.
Trogdor blast! And that's when you turn the taste hot.
All right. So you've used a maneuver to take out your weapon. You've fired all these stormtroopers. You could take a second maneuver if you wanted. Just know that a second maneuver costs 2 strain to take that second maneuver. But it is up to you.
So it's 3 against effectively 2 stormtroopers right now.
He
Or
hasn't
2
gone
groups.
down yet. There's 2 groups of stormtroopers, and each has 3 individuals in
Right.
it. But they move all at one time, which is why we only have 2 NPC
Oh.
slots.
All 6 of them move at one time?
No, and 3 and 3.
3 and 3.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
Well, actually, they kind of will be going all at
That's
once.
One time
because
because they're back
Oh,
to back.
yeah.
they lost the roll off.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, these would have been flip flopped.
So I think I
Mhm.
should roll again then, because I think I really need to shoot some more stormtroopers while I'm still short and they're not expecting.
You've done your main action already.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this
So the bonus action costs me 2.
that's a maneuver. Yeah, so you've done 1 maneuver to pull your gun out because you didn't have it originally,
Right.
and then a main action to fire. If you wanted to take a second maneuver, you could. That could be anything. It could be setting up an assist for Fox. It could be leaping and taking cover. You do have a cart in front of you, and I'm sure the walls aren't perfectly flat, so you could totally take cover.
Well,
You
but
could move away from them because I think your weapon has up to medium range. So if you didn't want to be
Oh.
right on them,
And
yeah,
that would put you probably closer to Kyla to maybe be able to assist.
oh,
you'd actually be engaged with her because she's only short away from you right
yeah,
now.
so you'd
Yeah.
be next to me.
It's up to
And
you
if
though.
you're-
It does
Yeah.
cost 2 strain, which is an expense of your character's resources. So I'm not
I
gonna
don't. Where's my straight?
at the top.
Go over to your character.
Oh, are you on the game
Oh.
table?
Where did your table go?
I know.
It has to
it's
be.
just
I
not
see that you
working
have
well.
a threshold of
So
11
right
and you
here
haven't
is
taken
where-
any yet. So
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
you're in
Okay.
good shape.
Well, let's go ahead and do something then. So I shot at your stormtroopers and you have flamethrowers. So I think you're good. So maybe I will turn your general direction because I've got a feeling your stormtroopers are going to be being that I shot those other guys.
You're gonna be mad.
They're gonna be mad.
We just see Pesky like, and your guys are like listening to you, and also like, what is that Jawa doing? Is the Jawa with you?
I mean, is the Jawa with you?
I don't know who this Jawa is.
And then Pesky comes running over like,
No, I don't know how he knows my name.
No. Well, it is a very common name.
but Wheels, what would you like to do to wrap up your turn?
Okay, so I should turn around and go help you because I think you're about to get shot at and or arrested.
Okay.
All right. So just for visual learners here, as we learn the abstraction of this game, Pesky, that moves you over to K. Yep. If that's so short, I hope you guys can read my
I
writing.
got it. We're good.
I know the distances are like different, but like
Just-
it's my hand drawn.
Yeah.
It's my hand-drawn
So,
struggle
so I need to put 2 on straight.
Yeah, 2 strain, you've done your second maneuver. So you have done all the things you can do this turn. We'll move this over. So Fox, you are the only person who has not gone yet. Are you blasting these guys?
I am.
All right.
Blasting these guys.
Pesky is also getting away from the flame.
So we'll target these stormtroopers. You are short. We'll check flame projector.
So I'm gonna yell, "Come down!"
So your pool
Wait a second.
looks a
That was
lot.
probably-
Yeah, I thought it was Trump.
Oh, try! I forgot. Try door.
All right, so for me, it's showing that you have 2 greens for your flame projector,
Okay.
and then this will be an easy shot, so it'll be
Okay.
1 purple. Whoa, what happened to? We have like a million. What Okay, I think I got it too much. It's helpful because if this gets knocked, we'll still have backup. Yeah, that's really good.
Because that'll cancel out one of those. And
Such
then
a
there's
bummer. Oh, because on 2 advantage, you could have activated your blast from your flame projector, which would have been amazing.
what does that do? What do you mean activate the
It hits all the things in engaged range of
Oh,
these which honestly for minions I count as like
That's
multiple
very
hits.
cool. I'm trained.
That's all right though. That's all right. So so the damage on your weapon is that
Let me in.
8? Yeah. Let me pop
Yeah.
over.
I don't know. But let me in so I can maybe tell you soon.
Yep, it's 8. You have 1 success, so that will bump it up to a 9.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that second advantage got canceled by the threat, so you have 1 advantage left over. They have some ideas on the table. In combat, a lot of people like to cast boost or recover strain, but if you have like a cooler idea than whatever they've suggested, like let's see, where's the thing? So like plus boost die to next allied characters next check. So that's a popular one, but you are allowed to come up with anything you feel like would be very cool while I apply damage to the stormtroopers. Let me just get that up. One guy totally toasted. Woohoo! Down. You
Crispy trooper.
unleash this flamethrower on him. And the one that was kind of in front that like Pesky sort of like already shot at, there's an opening in that armor from that blast, and the flames just go
Nice.
and like probably shoot out the like side
Oh my
arm
God.
slot as he just falls.
Did you hear? Like, scream very briefly in the helmet. We'll
We had our
right?
session 0 notes that they were bad with burning alive, so
Oh,
good. But yeah, one of them totally down. We're down to a group of 2. So just for y'all to know, like minions get weaker as their numbers deplete.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't have skills like you, and their skills are like strength in numbers. So yeah.
So is it like they've taken a certain amount of damage from this, or is it like the first guy took all of it and that's why he's dead?
They counts it as a group, and as soon as it hits 5, like I count
Oh,
that
somebody
as,
dies.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
And if you ever get a critical hit, so if you had not lost some advantage out, and you could have been able to maybe crit with your weapon, crits automatically kill.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So this means though that I have one of
You have an advantage.
these,
Mhm.
and that's an advantage.
Yes.
And you
This
can,
is a triumph.
that's a success.
Success.
Triumph is this sweet, amazing baby over here.
The
That's
big.
what-
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, those are the happy
I'll look at
ones.
these. I'll get them down.
It takes time. It takes time. It's very
Okay,
different.
So having one of these left means I have one advantage left.
Yeah.
And that can be
I was
any
thinking-
of these that only cost 1.
Right. Or if you have an idea that is like,
I really would like to do something that would help them with their next round. I don't.
okay, I don't think I need very much. Well, say it for the assist. You could say it for the assist. So you could pass the boost die, and I feel like a flame projector is very attention grabbing. So
Yes. So
like
they're going to be on me now, and maybe not on them, which will give them.
yeah, and even on the stormtrooper group that's like over by Kyla. I mean, think about like they're looking at her, and then all of a sudden flames erupt from
Right.
behind her down the hall. So
Yeah.
it in my mind it doesn't matter. Like
Okay.
you are.
I want to
saying-
assist them
Yeah.
by, I guess, taking all of the attention, or at least most of it, onto me.
So I'll set up a
With
blue
my pyrotechnic
dot
shield.
here to show that you are passing a boost die on, which means whoever takes that first slot, it could be Pesky, it could be Kyla, it could actually be you. You could be assisting yourself.
Oh.
And then get a boost die on whatever skill check you choose to make. So that's kind of
What do you
a
guys think would be?
Let's see what they do first, though.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, you're right. They're so we don't know what we might need yet.
Yes.
1 and 2. So I'm actually going to start with Imperial Stormtrooper Group 2, which is the group over by you. And of the guys that are sort of left in this group, they're going to be like, that's really dangerous. And then immediately try to fire on you. We'll see how it goes. Oh my god, I sort of forgot what their stuff looked like. Let's use that one. It's less bad. Okay, so this is like one of the rare times I do roll. And I'm actually going to build the pool because I want to see if you have defense. It does not show any. Oh, defense. Oh boy. If you have that range defense skill, it would be so helpful in this moment.
Don't have
So
any.
helpful. Okay.
They're
Oh
going to
god. I have
I
regrets.
feel like that Millhouse. Like,
Everything
danger.
cancels out, right?
Their purple came up blank. This is like hurtful almost.
So
So
they're just dumb, and they're not getting anything done.
they're shooting you with their blaster rifle, which is damage 9. They have 3 successes, which
Ow.
pumps that up.
Ow.
What is that? 10, 11, 12.
12.
What's your soap, Fox?
No.
It looks like it's a 2.
Oh.
2.
Oh god, these guys were really accurate, Fox. You are not dead. You are not dead. Your soak is 2, so that would bring it back down to only. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. 10 damage.
Okay.
That is 10 wounds to yourself.
I can only have 16.
I know, that's why I'm like mortified in this moment.
All right. Then.
They have 3 advantage, which is actually it's enough
So
to
what's
crit.
this one then? I thought those canceled out those.
No. These
Oh.
are all positive dice.
Oh, I thought they canceled each other out. So I'm like, why is there so
So purple,
Can
red,
you use
and black
whatever like our force thingies?
Oh, I have a health kit in my.
That might be good.
We gotta live through this before you can doctor me up.
I'm mortified, but maybe there's something more awesome than a critical injury. Oh, okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do because let me. I just want to double check.
Yeah.
3 advantage, and I do not want to do a crit. But they are scared of your flame projector. At 3 advantage, they can force the target to drop a weapon it is wielding. So that's actually what they're going to do. They're targeting essentially
Dropping the.
your hands, trying to force you to stop shooting fire at them.
Okay. Blame them.
So So
Oh
I
my
forgot
God.
to ask, did you want to do maneuvers on your turn? What does that mean? Like movement or anything like that?
Is the maneuver just moving somewhere, like moving close to them, moving away, moving whatever?
You could take an aim maneuver, which honestly, with them going after you, is not hot. Because if you take an aim maneuver and then you move or get hit, you lose the benefits.
I think I'd like to move to group in with these two.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
let them move back to get into the game.
we're gonna re-roll their check then. So like,
This game is giving me anxiety.
I know.
Oh my God, I was
The places.
well, because you move to medium range, the difficulty goes up. So
Oh, that's good.
re-roll because they will have an additional purple added. So
So because I moved, I'm not just standing there getting shot. Like I want to move
We're
back.
taking away all
Okay.
that
yeah, so go
food.
back and please.
Okay.
Not let this
We're
roll.
back in there.
Sorry. So that goes first.
Stormtrooper style.
Oh, good.
We have
Okay. We have to move away from them.
No, it makes it harder. So we have 2 failures here, which cancel the 2 successes.
Woohoo.
We had 1 advantage canceled by a threat.
Okay.
It's a wash, which means they
Oh,
don't. But they're still going to maintain that it's really dangerous to have a flame projector on a space station as they attempt to fire and completely miss. So like the walls on either side of y'all and like the
I'm just
floor
getting
are
shot.
just they're just getting bolted as they fire these weapons.
So let me
Goodness.
pause and come out of universe for a second and ask a question again. So with the maneuvers, I didn't realize that. Do I need to do like maneuvers before I do the like?
It depends on what you want to do. So if you are aiming, generally a good idea to do it before you attack. If you can do called shots in this, which would be an aim maneuver, but because it'd be like a called shot, like I'm specifically aiming for someone's head, it would apply 2 setback die, and then taking a second aim maneuver would reduce that.
Okay.
So you wouldn't
Because you're taking more time and it's harder, more
right.
skill.
Whereas traditionally, if you said I aim, 1 maneuver would give you a boost.
Okay.
A second aim would give you a second boost. But that second maneuver costs strain, as Pesky demonstrated for us.
Did the me moving back, does that take
That
strain?
is, no, because that would be your 1 maneuver. You didn't take
Okay.
any other maneuvers. But
Gotcha.
if you wanted to take a second maneuver, then that would cost you 2 strain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just forgot to ask. You'll have to forgive me. I've
No.
been playing a long time.
It's good.
and I,
We don't know what we don't know, so like, you know,
I tend to
fully
forget.
prepared
I
and
do
just-
apologize. But thank goodness you moved. So especially for Pesky, because I think your weapon goes out to medium range. As you can see, distance increases the difficulty of the check, decreasing your odds of hitting. So, and it also works in reverse when you move forward to like shoot and stab at the same time. 2 weapon fighting also increases difficulty. So it can get pretty spicy depending on your combo.
I would think if you're shooting though, you wouldn't be also stabbing because that's 2 different ranges.
Right. Well,
If you're stabbing, you're engaged. If you're shooting, you're at least short,
the
right?
knife is
Like,
back. I don't think Pesky.
I don't know.
I
In
think
Jedi
that's the
Survivor,
thing.
he fights with like a blaster and a lightsaber.
wow. Okay.
It's a very I'm not good at games, so like it was a struggle.
I'm not very good at games either, but
It was like I fired and like
Put it on easy mode for me, please.
oh, I wish.
All right. So
okay. So it's Pesky's up, right?
no, we got one more
Oh,
stormtrooper.
that's the other group, right?
The other
Right,
group
the
on the
group I
other side. Now they're slightly confused because you're like talking about joining up. So the one you're like, he's like, are they with you? And then like, he and Fox come running up beside you,
And you're
and
like, nope.
they all kind of look at each other, you know, and then the other 2 are just sort of like. And he just yelled, "Fire!" Now these individuals were in short of you. I'm actually gonna do a roll off because you all look pretty dangerous. So 1, 2, 3. Oh god, it's pesky.
Yes, I want to too.
Are you gonna with your mix?
I mean, the mech suit's back in the
Power
book,
suit?
so,
What's it called? Power suit?
it's a mining suit
Mining
or something.
suit.
Or an
Oh, good
EVA
Lord.
suit.
Okay, so I'm sort of gaming this a bit. We have 3 individuals teed up in the hallway. Stormtroopers are not very smart, so while this group is like aware of like the dangers of having explosive stuff in space stations, I would say this group is not, but only because their frag grenade is actually a lesser skill for them. So it hopefully will hurt less.
Finger
Any dice be in your favor?
Pesky
It's
going
nice
after
to be
the grenade.
So they're gonna throw a grenade. That's their collective
in the
action.
spaceship.
Oh no! Okay.
Why can't we say that?
So they have 1 success. One of their advantages got canceled. They can't crit or anything like that. The downside is they have 2 advantages.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about the downsides while I go look at what the blast quality is. Okay.
Pesky is flammable.
So we're going to open with Pesky here. They chuck a frag grenade at your group. You are the main target, Pesky.
Oh, no.
What is your soak initially? I just want to know.
I think I'm up to. I'm using 2.
If you go on the game board, it's here on the game board.
Let's see.
Sorry, it's hard to navigate this thing.
Yeah, I got
For
2
me,
windows
it shows-
open.
For me, it shows you're 2.
Yeah.
All right. So their frag grenade damage is 8. They have 1 success, which makes it 9. But that we subtract your 2, which brings it down to 7. So you take 7 wounds. They have 2 advantage, which they're going to use to activate the quality of their weapon. So you have a very similar quality. It's the exact same. Yours is blast. Theirs is blast. So because their attack is successful and they have the advantage to activate blast, each character engaged with the original target suffers wounds equal to the blast rating. We will subtract y'all's soak, so it will go down.
Okay.
Their blast is 6. So Fox, you said yours was 2 earlier.
My soak is 2.
So
Mine
you'll
is 2
take
as well.
4 wounds, and Kyla, if yours is also 2, you'll also take 4 wounds.
So I will take.
So you don't take the blast damage. That is for
Oh.
yeah. So that is for targets that are engaged with you. They suffer that blast. If the only reason you would suffer through blast damage is if the stormtroopers had missed and they had 3 advantage to activate it, then you would take blast damage. And I believe your allies in engaged range would as well.
Okay.
So, but that's a limited ammo weapon, so they no longer have their frag grenade, and that will be their entire 10.
So I don't take any wounds, or
You take wounds from the initial blast.
This is without 7.
Yeah.
After your soak, yes.
So I'm pretty messed up right now. I just got hit with a grenade.
A frag grenade.
How much is your...
Pesky has 11 wounds total.
11.
Pesky little has less
I
blood.
don't have much one
Pesky
here, so...
just a small baby. Pesky
Right.
needs protection.
Yeah.
Pesky, maybe. So it's not Pesky's turn yet.
Well, it's anyone's
anybody's turn.
Oh, okay.
So, who wants it?
I want to go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
You'll get a boost die because you passed one along.
Lemon Warfare.
Let me make sure I'm right. I'm engaged with these 2
Yes.
short from the.
stormtroopers.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're in good shape.
Okay. I want to blast the stormtroopers. I want to set them on fire.
You're medium from this original group that you fired at,
Yeah.
but the other group is short. So
Yeah,
it'll be
I want
easier.
to turn and fire
on them.
on
Okay,
the
so-
short range.
So that will be easy. So 1 purple, and I forget already because I
I
have
think it's.
short-term memory.
No, you're looking for your weapon?
Your flame projector, it shows
Here.
a 2.
Oh, that's right.
There. 2 big.
Yeah. Now you still have
Do I need to roll?
destiny point.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine.
You sent the.
What do I do with the destiny point?
If you would like, you could flip it, and you could switch one of your rings to a yellow.
What does that do?
You have opportunities for triumph. Also, this dice has more success on it. Destiny is just as much a resource for y'all as it is for me. So, like, these are what I use.
Yeah, because then we can try to get the one group down, and then we'll only have one more group left. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to go
we're
for
gonna
it?
do that.
Okay. So
Because I have stuff I have envisioned for mine if you succeed with this group.
Okay.
And Pitsy has a medium range pistol.
yes.
I think angry.
That is
Okay.
perfect.
I'm not firing on the first group. I'm firing on the group next.
The one that's
first.
just
Okay.
fit you.
Imperial Stormtrooper
Yes.
Group 1, which has already suffered wounds in the form of a headache that's very confusing to them. They're good stormtroopers, y'all.
I'm so confused.
They're not here to make decisions for themselves. Oh my god.
Damn it! Are you
What are
kidding
you
me?
doing?
Blank.
Can I recommend, like,
Listen, I feel like you look at it.
Now, practice throw. Practice
Oh my
throw.
god.
do that?
Yeah.
Not to be jokey, but like roll those dice. Yes. Okay. So much better.
Don't drop.
That is roll. Yeah.
Do you guys know? You just lecture me about something every time you get together. Like, when I had 2 moms. I didn't have any. I have 2.
We just want you to do
Is it-
well.
I know, thank
Is
you.
it-
I love you.
What about Lily? Is she kind of alone?
Well, yeah, but she's on the other side of the country. right now.
All right. So your flame projector has high damage. It's an 8.
Yes.
You also
Yes.
have 1, 2, 3 successes. Unfortunately, the threat and the advantage canceled out.
Okay.
But 8 plus 3 is what, 11 damage.
Okay, that's right.
These poor fellas.
And you said every time 2 or every time a 5 goes, somebody dies, right?
Yep.
So 2 people just caught on fire.
So they have a soak of 5. So we got to reduce. So that brings it to 6. So
Somebody caught on fire.
I'm gonna put this at 9. So we
Stick your
have.
fingers. I'm gonna say
Name for
confused
England.
Confused individual in the front who was like chatting with you. Very similar, unfortunate occurrence.
Yeah,
On the
flames
other
shooting out of
side.
all the armor chinks inside the helmet.
It's just melting. And he's literally screaming, "Oh, fire! Oh, for this." And then he collapses on the ground, and there's just like,
I kind of like Steve.
oh no, well, he's
Poor
dead
Steve.
now. So
Poor
he's
Steve.
like face down on the ground with like flames coming up out the back plate now, and like sort of the tushy. And the other two stormtroopers are sort of just looking down at this individual like, oh, what is happening? What is
That was Steve.
So I am actually going to flip a destiny point. I'm going to say that due to the amount of burning bodies, the like flame retardant systems begin going off, and it's basically shooting like high.
Oh no!
Like what's that word? It's
Pressure?
yeah, like high pressure foam
Oh, okay.
out
Oh,
of the
no.
ceilings to try and put the fire out.
Oh my
This is great. So just
party!
your vision is like immediately kind of obscured. You can kind of make out because a lot of times flame retardant foam is very like light in color. So like these white stormtrooper armor bits are like getting super hard to see as the whole area is like filling up with foam. And we have the alert lights going off from when you pulled the alarm last time.
Mhm.
And so it's like every time those lights go, it's just like a sudden yellow glow through the whole place. It's like when you're passing through fog and your headlights are just
Super!
messing you up.
So would my scanner goggles help me see like heat signatures?
Maybe a little bit. The
I'm
problem,
still gonna put them on anyways though because I want to protect my eyes.
yeah. Fair. Like the guy who's on fire would definitely stand out. Yeah. It's
Just a little.
slowly diminish as foam is just like out of the ceiling. So yeah, on the bright side, their vision wasn't great either.
Yeah.
And now there's foam everywhere. So that's my complication that I'm adding with my destiny point.
Mhm.
They're not looking so hot, just for your above table, because we're all learning.
Okay.
they have they only have 15 health total as a group, and you've done 9 damage to this particular group.
So one group has 9, the other one has
Let me check
7.
over there. They are at 6 currently.
6. Okay.
All right. Any maneuvers? Or are you going to try to get the heck out of here?
I think we need to start retreating.
I think the smart thing for us before we retreat is to grab each other so we don't get lost in the foam from each other. Like if we make a little chain
but
for
then
ourselves.
if we do
and
that, then if we have to fight back with any range, we cannot shoot because then we're intertwined with each other.
That's true. How do we need to make sure that we don't lose each other in the foam and we all
I think if we just remain in
yeah.
You
Okay.
know where you're supposed to go.
Okay, so and like we're constantly kind of I can feel her there, I can feel him over here.
and are we still pulling the
And we
cart?
still have the cart.
So you're like sitting over here, but yeah, you could definitely like run forward and grab it and start to go.
Those critters we're gonna be friends. I have a
Okay.
side mission
Oh
to
god.
this game.
I just remembered them and I'm thinking about all this foam.
The critters
Yes,
are not
save
happy.
them because I am worried. So I think we all just need to start moving in our direction of the ship as best we can.
Okay.
With the cart, with our stuff, weapons staying out, of course.
So would
Because
you like to use a maneuver to essentially go back in the direction that you came from?
you
You could technically strafe in
I
that
think
range
so.
band, so that way you're like angling around them or something
Yeah.
like that. It doesn't cost an extra maneuver to be in a different portion of that range band.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
could
kind of skirting around to the side, but heading back in the direction of our ship.
try
Yeah,
to
it
avoid
that-
With the cart. I want to make that very clear. With the cart.
Do you want to move
We could
twice?
have a short range gun.
You could spend
So
2
since
strain
there's
and take
still
that second
kind of
maneuver to move
caught up
again.
Yeah.
You want to do
So
it?
I'm
Okay.
gonna
So
shoot.
mark 2 strain
You
on
can
your
then use your
character.
medium range. For
So like
Yeah.
you're essentially
Well,
Okay,
okay.
I got 12 straight.
So yeah, you have quite a bit.
Are we just gonna
So
run
Fox
and not
is
attack?
basically all the way over here now with the cart, getting away, taking advantage of the environment at the moment. These stormtroopers are just kind of like looking around because this stuff is sticking to their helmets.
I'm pretty sure we have to down them all the way. Do
Do we have to kill them or just run away from them?
You can run away from them. Combat
We
doesn't
just have to escape. We don't have to murder them. We just got to get on our ship.
It's up to y'all. If you
Yeah.
want to, you're like, I'm in it till the end, and I want to take these guys down. That's an option.
However, your flamethrower has just moved twice to get back towards the ship. And I have the cart of animals too.
This one's at 9 and this one's at 6. I'm thinking since they're kind of now, I'm going to follow Fox. I'm going to move that way.
Do you want to yell at them? Do you want to fire a weapon?
I'm trying to think. Oh,
If you don't want to do anything that would require a main action, you can actually forego the action and drop it down for that second maneuver, so you don't have to spend the 2 strain if you don't want to. So that's a possibility if you would like, but if you still want to try to.
I'm going to just kind of say, well, that's been fun. This is definitely a hazardous job, and I don't think I'll sign up for this. So I'm going to follow behind Fox.
Okay. Came up right now.
Goodbye.
Disappear into the foam. The stormtroopers are still confused, and the confused guy, he's kind of down on the ground. There's at this point just smoke maybe coming out of the helmet. You're just a little sizzle. That's
Definitely not something I want to sign up for.
That does not cost you any strain to take that second maneuver because you're not doing anything that really requires a check. That would be anything that requires a check is considered an action in combat. So I will slide it over.
Pesky.
So Pesky is bleeding. He's smoldering a little. He's covered in a foot of foam. He's like this in the foam.
Picturing is like
Yeah.
No.
So Pesky's pretty annoyed right now that he's bleeding and everything is wet and cold and and
Probably come with us.
Pesky thinks it's time to go.
oh no. Siri thinks we're talking to
I
her.
don't know.
Go away. It
They're
wants to
gonna
know.
I'm just gonna duck down into the foam a little more.
Maybe Eric, wait for him to maybe if we're really quiet.
Go away.
Right. So Pesky just kind of ducks down in the foam as deep as he can. He's taking advantage of the camouflage.
So you're just invisible.
Right. So
If y'all turn back, like, Pesky's
We
gone.
can't see him.
He's already on my short list at this point. His ID did not work.
I know. He did tell us. He told us he could do this.
Pesky, not an artist.
I don't know. Let's keep going. We got the
Pesky.
supplies. He's on his. No, he's not on his own. It's all of us.
You'll like say, oh, he's on his own, and then like somewhere in front of you, you just see like a little snow.
And then all of a sudden, yellow eyes. Guys, why are you being so slow? Come on. I'm bleeding. Let's go. I'm bleeding all over these books.
Who got the papers? I forgot.
They're in my bag. They're in my bag.
Oh, yeah, they're in your bag.
I got a backpack. They're fine. They're
So
fine.
what do you do? What do you do? In all seriousness.
So Pesky's trying to get out of there. Pesky doesn't like the foam. However, Pesky is hidden very, very well. And as Pesky's going past the stormtroopers, can I take some pot shots without possibly getting killed?
Yeah, if you want to try and fire on him first, yeah.
So
Just like fire in their general direction as they're running
I'm
by.
running by.
Like last insult.
Pretty much.
Are you shooting at the group that's the direction you're fleeing in?
Yeah,
All
yeah. I
right.
think they had one of
6 or 7.
Yeah.
They're at 6. They're at 6.
Right.
So, I don't remember what your weapon attack
It's-
is, but
it's,
it'd be an easy shot.
just
However, because of all the foam that's obscuring everything, I'm going to say that you have an environmental setback die.
Okay, and then the 3 for the damage, right?
Let's. I don't remember. I don't have it memorized. On
Yes.
here, it shows your blaster pistol is 2 greens.
You go to your weapons.
Or you could like,
Oh, 2 greens.
I don't know, stab.
I'm saying.
Oh.
It's still only 2 greens. Your
Uh,
forge knife only has a damage of 1.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
Maybe shoot it.
that's a backup. Okay, so we'll do 2 greens, and then this purple guy and this black guy.
yeah. Now you do still have destiny points. I flipped one, so y'all are back up to 3. So
Oh, hey.
Please use a destiny. Like, we
Okay.
do not
You
need
want-
you.
Yeah,
So-
we don't need him dying in the foam.
Right, so I'm basically invisible right now,
Mhm.
but the stormtroopers, you can't see them real well either.
Yeah, because they're in white.
Right,
I
so can I use the destiny just to improve my
Yeah.
hitting them?
So
and
you'll swap a green out for the yellow, which has more opportunities for success and the opportunity for triumph, which on a minion group is an auto kill on top of whatever damage you
Nice.
do.
All right.
Nice.
test.
Don't drop, roll it. Oh,
Yeah,
that
the
was
yellow-
so close. It was so close to that.
I know. I like bump. And then it
those-
would miss. Okay.
So these
Cancel
cancel
out.
these.
Okay.
But you
So
have
you have 1 advantage.
Advantage.
So there's no success, which means it doesn't hit. But what would be something cool to use for an advantage? You have the options on the chart, or you could come up with something to
It's-
instead.
Quantity 1. Up here or here.
You could recover some strain because Pesky, you did take 2 strain.
Yeah.
I did. Well, how about
That's
Pesky?
not terrible.
Pesky just feels a lot better shooting at stormtroopers. Even though Pesky didn't hit them, there's a lot of anger
That's good for the morale. It's way to go, Tess. Good job for you.
and a lot of Jawa East curse words that you guys have never heard being directed.
Blaster pistols.
They're standing for the soul.
So Pesky just feels better now. So
Ujini. And then fleeing.
look,
You
lots-
do you,
lots
boo.
of fleas.
You shoot that trooper.
Good job, Pesky. We're proud of you.
Right.
So then you're moving through to finish out your turn.
Yeah, so I keep running towards the ship because we're trying to get.
So because you all are attempting to
I-
flee, oh, go ahead.
So, responding, saying, way to go, good job, all that. Could that, my inspiring rhetoric, also give him?
So that would have been an action it could have
Okay.
taken. He would have made it.
Oh,
okay.
And your
Okay.
inspiring rhetoric skill is actually pretty cool because you have like the improved one. So you can help allies recover strain. You also can give them boost die on their skill checks. And then that supreme one.
So, I should have used that when you were
Oh.
trying to.
Oh,
No, I didn't forget. And when you were trying to.
yeah,
this to flamethrower those.
Okay,
It might
need
be
to
good
remember.
sometimes for
Yep.
you to go first to give those boons.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
So even though you have decided you're not necessarily like the fighty,
You can
You
inspire
have
to be better.
you have a lot of help in common.
All right. I keep forgetting about that. So
That being said, it is technically their turns, but you all are fleeing through foam, and it's really hard for them to see right now. So I would like to know who has the best stealth skill in the group.
Is that under the?
if you click
Mine
the
is
green
There
box,
it is. I have 2 greens.
2 greens, 2
two
greens.
green.
Two
Okay, I'll
greens.
do green.
Okay. I'm using it as a difficulty to see if they can figure out where you went. Otherwise, if they fail this check, we'll consider combat ended because they can't see you.
Yeah, fine. That's okay.
So we will see. This will be this group's main action. I feel like I'm rolling so good, which is like hurting my heart. So they have 2 successes and 2 threat. Which, since they're bad guys, they're on the opposite side of the table from you. Y'all can spend that threat. There's some options for bad things on this chart. But as your friendly neighborhood GM, I'll just remind you, minions don't have a strain threshold. So if you choose to spend that for strain, they'll actually take wounds. So it'd be like physically difficult and harmful for them
Okay.
to like seek you all out. So I'm giving you the opportunity to decide like if that would be good, or if you have a better idea, let me know.
Do we want to make them suffer a strain?
Probably it'd be
Makes
good
sense,
for the
right?
combat that we're in as we're trying to escape them
Yeah.
choking on the.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will boop. So they take some wounds. The downside is though, because they have those successes, they can still see you. So we're going to consider ourselves still in combat, but they don't have an action to actually attack. We'll see if the other group notices you. So I'm going to make that same. Oh, you know what I should have done? It came in blank. I was like, foam. They needed a set.
Oh
Yeah. They suffer from environmental effects too. Oh, I think they failed. I think they did bad here. So we have 2 successes canceled by these 2 failures. Threat cancels the advantage. Threat cancels the advantage. So group 1 they don't see you guys, and they have a threat. So you could apply that as a wound if you want, but I'm going to consider them removed from combat because they just have no idea where you all are. So this group back here, sort of looking around and at a total loss. They are sweet goners. So I'm going to remove this very last NPC slot. Boop. All
So
right.
we have one group that can still see us, though.
Yes. They have taken their action.
Okay.
And they are probably going to use a maneuver to like continue moving towards you, but that is all they're going to do. So that puts us back at the top of the round.
Learning from last turn.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we got this. We're almost there. We are so close. We're going to get this. Make sure you hit accurately and shoot accurately. And as I'm doing that, are we in close range or medium range
Of each other?
of stormtroopers?
Of these guys? So since they're moving, technically where Fox ended and where you moved to, that would have been the same range band as them. Pesky, I forgot to ask, did you want the second maneuver to be caught up with them?
Yeah, we're all together and
Yeah.
we're starting to head towards the ship.
Okay, so you're all grouped up, so they're in the same range band as you. But
So
the
they're
way
close.
but the way your inspiring rhetoric works is you focus on your allies as targets. So
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, but I was wanting to know, so as I'm inspiring them, I want to pop off a shot at the stormtroopers.
so
Or is that 2 different actions?
So you do have supreme, which means you'd have to suffer a strain, and you could make your inspiring rhetoric from an action into a maneuver. But that's up to you, which means you could do this inspiring rhetoric,
Then you could do both things.
and shoot.
Then yes.
You want to do it that way,
And so I have to use a strain?
you do have to use a strain.
That's fine.
But that's from your supreme inspiring rhetoric. The difficulty of it is 2 purples.
And then my
it's with your leadership, it looks like.
leadership is 2 yellow, 2 green, and then what's the little black thing?
There's no setback die in this moment.
Okay.
Because I'm the foam. I guess the foam would be loud, but you removed it anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. Since yours is a sound-based thing, it's kind of weird in this situation to say like it being hard to see makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. I got that.
Oh my god! So good. Okay. All right. So remember, triumphs are triumph and success. So that's a stellar one. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. It looks like.
So these little blasters and those are both successes.
Yeah, starburst is a
Oh,
success,
okay.
and the winged thing is advantage.
Okay.
That's how I think
Okay.
about it in my brain.
Just wanted to.
And we got a triumph.
I'm excited.
Tennessee. So
Too
the
bad.
advantage gets canceled out. You have 1 floating threat, but you still have your triumph. Nothing cancels a triumph. Okay, so you have 4 success. It says ally within close range recover strain. You don't have an advantage to cause the affected ally to recover additional strain. I would recommend pesky.
Oh yeah,
Yes, we
I have plenty.
High, and
I'm fine. You're in trouble.
Well, Pesky has 1 strain and 7 wounds, so
left or
Or
you
hits.
oh you're down to 1.
Well,
it might be better to help Fox.
I've used 1 strain.
I've only taken 2 strain.
So it might be better to have Fox recover.
Okay,
'cause if
that
you're-
way I'm back
'cause
down
if
to
you've
1.
taken more than Pesky has in them, then
Okay,
you
so that
wanna
won't help you
recover.
with the wounds at all then.
That being said,
Okay.
you all get boost die on skill checks for a number of rounds equal to your ranks in leadership, which is extensive, isn't it?
my leadership. What do you mean, my rank?
No, but you're
Like
trying
the
to get
guy?
under the table.
Yeah, it looks like so you have 2 ranks, so they'll get boost die for 2 rounds. So I'm actually gonna write that down.
That's the yellow one.
Yes.
Boost die is blue.
Oh,
So
What are you doing?
boost.
We
Hi,
can't
baby.
fit through
I
there.
was trying
She's
to.
like trying to get under the table between me and Jess,
Oh.
like she's somehow gonna fit through that section this wide.
Right.
She's like, just let me in there.
Okay. So if y'all make skill checks, remember you have a blue dice.
Okay.
And it will last for 2 rounds. So
Cool.
don't let me forget because I totally will. Because I'm terrible about that. You're shooting at me.
Yes, I am.
All right. You have scanner goggles on, so let's nix the environmental effect of
Okay.
the foam. Let me go look at these stormtroopers.
And it is a yellow and green.
And you're shooting these. Technically, they're in the same range, so this would be considered engaged. And you're using your blaster pistol.
Yeah.
I'm cheating to build the pool here. That's fine.
And then I get the boost as well.
Okay. Take your shot. Let's see how it goes.
Is it 1 boost or 2? Or do they
Boost
get
for
the
2
A
rounds.
boost for 2 rounds. And where's your weapon? Your blaster pistol shot.
Oh!
Y'all, the cliffhanger is going to be they died because your base damage is 6.
Yeah.
So that's a success and a triumph. So that's damage 7, which obviously exceeds just to work through the process because we're all learning here. So they would take 2. 1.
Yeah, that's
2.
good job, Kyle.
And then triumph is an auto kill on a minion. So
Yeah!
immediately apply that as another 5, which puts them at exactly 15. So you like yell out to your allies, trying to inspire them, and then like your pot shot, like you got them through the eye. I know, describe this triumph to us, like
Yeah.
So as I am spewing my inspiration, just willy-nilly I shoot through, and there was one of the guys already down?
Yeah.
We have the 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
It ricochets off one and hits the other. All right.
I'm dead. Amazing.
Pesky and
Their bodies.
Pesky want better high five. Better high five.
For each time.
You're getting blood on me.
Pesky is satisfied.
But shit, we gotta get this jello. He's gonna bleed to death all over.
Their bodies disappear under the foam. And so as you are like running, that's where we'll end it. Is just silence as this hall is like filled with foam.
Pitter patter of jello feet.
Guys.
We hope that you guys had as much fun as we had playing it. It was
You just
Yes.
also like you guys just tackled the hardest part of this game, which is combat.
Bushy here.
I'm not good at fighting. I just like takes out every.
Pesky's only half dead.
So that was a lot of fun. We had a blast. Make sure literally had a blast. Make sure to come back next week as we continue our story. And
We'll see. Constructed heroes make it back onto the ship.
Will they make it to the hangar bay?
oh shit, we're not there yet.
No, we're still running.
Pesky's got a mech suit in the ship. We make it to the ship.
Should be fine.
All right,
Fine.
so
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean,
What could possibly go wrong?
right. Hey,
So make sure you come back next week to find out what happens.
from our galaxy to yours,
May the force be with you.
always. Thank you for listening to Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha, written and produced by Denise McKay,
Edited and produced by Rexy Jupiter.
and with special brand marketing help by Bailey Hawkins.
Original logo designed by Tyler Rigney.
And intro and outro music provided by Galactic Empire. And you can find us on all streaming platforms at Traveling Bantha and now on YouTube.
Don't forget, we also have a Discord where we have channels for all kinds of things. So remember to come join us there and sign up for our Patreon. You get exclusive merch, behind the scenes look, monthly Women of Star Wars episode, and more things as we're always adding them.
And special thank you to Jedi Knight members and higher, including Rooney, Michael Beavers, and James Peak.
And Mark Collier.
And from our galaxy to yours,
May the force be with you.
always.